Welcome back, guys. It's been an absolute minute, but I haven't really had anything to report or anything to share with you until now, that is. Huge biofilter overhaul, mega, complete strip down, new media, whole damn lot. It's gonna be crazy. So if you remember back in the video I did on my filtration before, if you haven't watched it, why? No, but back the filter used to have crystal bio completely full in this first chamber, moving bed in the second half. Used to have a shower up here, 2-tier plastic shower full of sakura and stuff like that, and that was recycling back into the bio, literally pulling from the bio on a closed loop, and everything was hunky-dory. Yes, it did keep the water parameters absolutely perfect, but my bad design when I designed this filter, I didn't put any purge valves on the bottom, and with that much crystal bio jam-packed into the chamber and the biofilm that grew on it over time, I think the pores were getting blocked on the media. I didn't have any issues with the water parameters were absolutely fine, it was keeping them good, but when it come to the husbandry, the maintenance, the cleaning it out now and again, I literally had to get it all out, and it left like the brown mucky water in the chamber, and there wasn't much else I could do other than fire that back to the pond. So the main thing I wanted to do was fit purge valves on the bottom of this chamber, which I have done. Look at them bad boys. So I emptied it all down, got under there with a multi-tool, cut some holes out, and fitted a flat tank connector on, screwed it through the floor. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, absolutely perfect. So they've been fitted. But over time, when that mulled, and I mean, there was serious amounts of bacteria in the filter, all good bacteria, don't get me wrong, it hadn't gone anaerobic, it didn't smell like eggs, not sulphurous, it was just the sort of brown coloured biomulm that you get in a good quality biochamber. But over time, that blocks things up, and the oxygen coming through can't really get to all the media. So yes, it was good, yes, it was perfect, but I don't think it was working to its best over time. I think the water starts tracking through all the mulm, through all the media, blah, blah, blah. So after watching Joe's video when he went to Philippe's place over in Belgium, I seen how they were doing the filters there, and I thought, do you know what? Fancy a bit of that myself. So what I did was empty the whole chamber. I've moved the moving bed from this end into the first chamber, and I've gone with moving bed over here, happy days, and I've gone with the Mountain Tree Lotus Root Generation 3 stuff. I've used the Mountain Tree matting, the spiral matting as it's called, to space it out. I've got these doubled up, so there's one on top of the other, one on top of the other, single row, single row, single row, double row, and filled the whole chamber. Cost an absolute fortune to do that, to be honest, but it's done, and I think the oxygenation in it will be a bit better. Obviously with the purge valves I can just flush them out a bit. Now what I have here, you can notice the shower is gone completely. I've ripped that out, got rid of that, got rid of all the media that was in here, and I've got a double width Momotaro Bakki Shower with a 4-inch spigot tray, which I am going to fill with Bakki House Media, and we'll just take you around and show you. So yeah, it's a double width one, absolutely huge. Twin 3-inch spray bars, Bakki House Media ready to go in this. that is gonna sit on top of the bio chamber. Also guys, I built the roof, finally. Got a roof above the pond. With this blistering sun we've had, I had to do something. So, take you back in here. So yeah, I'm having a stainless steel frame made. It's already in fabrication. The engineer that works for me is doing it. He has been out, he's mocked up the first part of the frame, he's come back, tested it, everything's fine, so he's just going to put some more supports in it, because them Momotaro Bakki Showers weigh an absolute ton. So the frame's going to go on here, the shower will sit long ways that way, come up, into a double spray bar, boom. Now, I'm only putting 50 kilos of media in the Momotaro shower, 30 in the bottom tray, 20 in the top. And I think showers have been getting a lot of grief at the minute, where I am a massive advocate for shower filters. I think if used properly, set up correctly, they're probably one of the best forms of filtration, to be honest. In the UK, we have this issue where more is kind of the mindset. And I think that's where people go wrong with showers. They put far too much media in them. There's not enough gap between trays. It's all jam-packed tight, and they don't throw enough water over it. So when you've got all that media, the water starts tracking. And again, like the crystal bio, the biofilm builds up, and the water can't see every bit of the media, so you're not getting the best use of your media, really, because it'll get coated in biofilm. The water will just track through, and it won't work to its best capabilities. Where if you have the media more spaced out, a decent drop between the levels, and you throw a whole boatload of water over it, I would take that form of filtration over the moving bed any day of the week. But that's just me. That's my opinion. So next step is to get the shower in, get it built up, and I'll take you through the process. So another day, another dollar. See where we are. Stainless steel frame is in. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful job. Fabricated by one of the legends. New lid has arrived. So only job now is to get the shower built up. I did have to mess around with the airlines a bit, extend them a bit, podge them a bit, do what you gotta do. But I think I'm about ready now to start getting the shower in. Happy days. Well, that's the third box. Still a couple of bits left in there, but I think I'm gonna call that tray full. So almost 3 boxes in the first tray. And I've 3 bits left in there. Maybe put them in the top. We'll see. I've just got a bucket of water down there where I've been rinsing it off because it is mega dusty. But upwards and onwards, next level. Here we go. But yeah, pretty decent drop. So I've got a good 6 inches there, maybe 7. Don't want to overfill it. Whew. It's flipping roasting in here, guys. 28 degrees in this filter room. Oh, sweat is pissing out of me. 50 kilos all in. Bloody hell, what a job. But it's a freaking beast. Can't wait to get it up and running now. Do you hear that? It's alive. So she's up and running. Put a nice little hole in my lid. Almost looks OEM. But yeah. Got her in there, not too much media. blasting. Yeah, super happy with it. They do spit out a fair bit of water though, I must admit. Getting in there to do the pipe work was fun. But she's up and running. Just need to tidy up this absolute mess in here. Put all my tools away, put the stuff back, and I've got a shower again. So, just got home from work. Yes, need to clean the windows. But before we go and have a look at the shower, I thought I would just give you a nosy at the fish. The roof's been brilliant, but it does make this bronze colour. It does make everything have a bit of a yellow tinge on it. Well, look at the body on that. Anyway, guys, what about you? Oof, look at my wig. Bit windswept and interesting. It's been a windy one today. Shower, beast. Been up and running a couple of days now. You can smell it in here. It smells fresh. Cut myself a little bit of Mountain Tree because it was spraying like a little waterfall, and I put this little sheet of polycarb in here to catch any overspray coming out that end. Obviously, remember when I used to have hair like that? Now it's so thin. Need to earn myself another few quid so that I can afford to get some transplants over in Turkey at some point. We are getting a bit of overspray from here, but it just sort of lands on here. I'm not really fussed about that. But I am so chuffed that it's all up and running. Yeah, you can smell it. Glad to have a shower back. And fishies. I think we're about 4 weeks before the Great British Koi Show. But I have had some issues in the pond, to be honest, guys. I noticed a big Sankey in here that I've had for years. She's over on the back wall. I don't know if you guys can see her or not. But yeah, she started getting some sort of lesions on her head. And obviously I got her out and did a scrape at the start of the season. I found costia. So I treated for costia with my usual go-to acroflavine and salt. And the lesions on the head healed up. Oh, I've spooked them. The lesions on the head healed up. And obviously costia went away. Then a month or so later, the lesions started coming back. Scraped her again. Costia again. I thought my initial assessment was that costia was causing the lesions. But now I think something is irritating her, causing the lesions on her head, and costia is just like a secondary infection. But I reached the level of my expertise. I couldn't, scrape the fish, check them all over, but I knew something wasn't right. I've been running RO now since January, just to top up. I don't run recycled RO. I don't see the point in it, to be honest. That's my opinion, though. I don't no issue with anybody that runs it. That's up to them. But if I'm only putting RO water into the pond, eventually it's going to be RO water, right? So I've been topping up RO since Christmas. Keeping on top a good KH, monitoring the water parameters, not any issues in the water. But usually, leading up to the show, I would be on 1 kilo of food a day. I've struggled to get I did hit sort of 700 grams a day at one point, but that was pushing it. the fish just were not as interested. So their appetite has definitely been down. Water chemistry, from what I can test, is good. These lesions on her head were like, if I have some pictures on my phone, I'll overlay them. I mean, they were coming up like blisters. And so I spoke to Bryony at the London Koi Vet, sent her a few images and stuff, and I got her out to come and pay a visit. So she came Sunday, so a few days ago now, and initially, at first, from the images, she thought it might have been hukui, which is a rare disease that sets in older gosanki usually, where it eats the benny, only eats the benny plate. But the fact that it was going away with acroflavian and salt discounted that. So she come out, scraped multiple fish, found 0 parasites. She did gill scrapes, 0 parasites. She took a sample of the lesion, 0 parasites. So she's where we're at. She took away a cultural, that fish keeps coming over here and freaking out. She took away a cultural swab, which she's going to try and grow something on. She tested the water for bacteria. There's no bad bacteria as far as she can see. And yeah, the only thing we did find, she took a couple of gill snips from a few of the koi and looked at those under a microscope. They had some excess mucus and quite a few inflamed cells. So something is irritating the gills. Now, I only use Koi Master's Advantage in this pond. I've used it for 15 years and that doesn't irritate the gills, so I know it's not that. So she thinks it's environmental, something in the water. Now, we're running RO since Christmas. I'm going to say this pond is full RO water. It's all been through my treatment. But she thinks there might be something getting through. So she's taking a lot of water. We're going to send that off to different labs to be sampled. And I'll keep you posted. You know, she's convinced there's something foreign in the water that we can't test for. Now, I test for everything when I do my water tests, from dissolved oxygen, ORP reading, chlorine, everything. The only things I can't really test for are heavy metals, but I know I did have heavy metals in the past, and that's why I installed RO. So with running RO, I'm not convinced it's that. It's got to be some sort of chemical that's getting through. Now, our water has changed massively. Originally, the water that was feeding my RO system, when it entered the pond, the water was like, it used to have a TDS of like 480. I've noticed over the last couple of months when I check on the TDS of what's actually going into the RO system and what's coming out, that TDS has gone up to like 790. So I know there's a lot more crap in the water compared to what there used to be, but fingers crossed Bryony can get to the bottom of it. I just wanted to make sure 100% that there was no parasites, nothing untoward or sinister in the pond before I even consider taking any fish to the show, because if there was, I wouldn't be doing it. So that's that. I'll keep you posted on that. But anyway, guys, it had been so long from a seeing you. I just wanted to drop a video. Totally excited about my new filtration setup, and I wanted to share it with you. If all the usual, like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. And if you're interested, check out this video in the end. It's a documentary of my trip to Japan in October. If you haven't seen it already, it's probably one of the best videos that I've produced, or so I've been told, and it is a good watch. Look after yourselves, folks, and I'll catch you next time.